come in.
So let's talk about that, but still on education. What is the role of your sector in delivering on the 24-hour economy?
Even if you want to succeed in fighting galamsey, you would need a trained miner. That has to be an educated miner. You want to sell goods and know the prices of goods, you want an educated person to be able to do that. You want to control population, birth control and others, you want an educated woman to understand the value of doing that. So education, as I said, is the bedrock of development. Today we had rare opportunity of President John Dramani Mahama launching one of his major flagship. And as he himself described it, from policy or from slogan to action, 24-hour plus initiative of the president. And for John Dramani Mahama, the president of the Republic, this was not a nerve-breaking exercise at all. He launched the 24-hour policy and the accelerated export development initiative of his government and shared with the Ghanaian people that this has been in his thinking and contemplation in the last 4 or more years. He's thought about it whilst being out of government as president of the Republic, and expedited by the circumstance of our country that we still spend huge amounts of money on imports, about 3 billion on rice imports, 3.4 billion on grains, cereal grains, frozen poultry 2.6 billion, sugar 2.4 billion. So the president lined the 24-hour and accelerated export development policy with conviction and belief. And as he said, this is not an event or a race which must end today. And for me, what I deducted from the president's launch of this twin initiative, 24-hour economy, accelerated export, it means that the president wants to respond to a national need, a need for us to invest more in his words, to have a self-reliant, dependent, food-sufficient producing country that can feed itself, and a country that guarantees food security. And for the president now, he simply cannot understand why we should be an import-dependent economy. And that what is it that we can produce? He would provide guidance and leadership as president. And that is why he's gotten Guzi Tano, one of the sharpest and brilliant brains of the NDC, to be the anchor person to guide him in implementing the 24-hour economy. And for me, what was profound today is for the president to remark publicly that 24-hour economy will be private sector led, and that it will not be dominated by government, and that government will only be an enabler, a facilitator for the private sector to take up the initiative in the various sectors of the economy.